Hey everyone, welcome back to Cigar Philosophy. Today we're diving into The Girl with No Name by Drew Estate and Deadwood. A cigar that kind of sounds like a spaghetti western, but it's got a bit of a story to tell. I've got my notes ready, a glass of spiced rum on deck, because why not? And we're going to break this down together, so grab your lighter, maybe a drink to survive the ride. Let's get into it. As a reminder, we rate cigars on a 100-point scale across 6 categories: balance, draw, development, complexity, construction, and finish. Average those up and you've got your overall score. 60 and under is poor, 70s average, 80s good, 90s great, 95s epic, and 100, well, that's legendary. First up, balance. How well the flavors play nice. This cigar comes out swinging with sweetness. Literally like someone dumped a sugar jar on it. It's almost too much. But then it's got this vegetal bitterness that kind of rolls in and slaps it down, and then by the midpoint that bitterness takes the wheel and you're left with this astringent mouthfeel that sticks around like an uninvited guest. So in my opinion, it's not perfectly balanced. It feels like the flavors are arguing over who's boss, so I'm giving it a 78, average to good, could have used a referee. Next, draw. How easy it is to pull the smoke through. This one's a touch, just a touch on the resistant side. Maybe it's the Lonsdale shape, the smaller ring gauge giving it some attitude. I don't know. I'm no scientist. But it is noticeable if you're paying attention. Not a deal breaker though. It's not like you're sucking through a straw stuck in concrete. You still get decent smoke, just with a little extra effort. Still, it's solid, 85, good to great. Development, how the cigar evolves as you smoke it. So it starts off sweet and nutty, like southern sweet tea with a marzipan chaser. Pretty bold out of the gate. Some light savory notes pop in and out, teasing you until it shifts gears towards the end. That's when it gets warm and creamy. Almost worth the wait. So it's no roller coaster, it's more like a scenic drive with a decent payoff, and for that reason, I gave it an 82, good. So on to complexity, or what's going on flavor-wise. Unlit, it's like eating a sugar cube. Then lit up, it melts into this sweet tea vibes with the marzipan nuttiness joining the party. That vegetal bitterness, it is the king of quote-unquote always there. Sometimes it's loud, sometimes it's just chilling in the back seat. By the midpoint, you catch herbal hints and oak barrel notes as the astringency digs in. Then the final stretch brings warm, creamy, frothed milk vibes, which honestly, for me, stole the show. It's got a lot to unpack, so 88, good to great. Construction time, how well it's built. This one, quite frankly, is a champ. It passed both of my 2-minute sit tests, so it stays lit even when you're scribbling notes or sipping rum. It self-corrects the burn. The ash held on pretty well for being such a skinny Lonsdale. It got a little bit flaky, almost like it was shedding some dandruff. And then one hiccup, I did have to relight it once when I was pretty into my notes, but still pretty damn solid. 90, great. So finally the finish. What lingers after the puff? Sweetness hangs on, especially on the back of your tongue, but here's the kicker, it leaves you parched. I had to go get a glass of water, and I was as thirsty as if I had just ran a 5K. The astringent feel sticks around all day, like you've been sipping on a cheap, young red wine that's kind of mad at you. It's long-lasting, sure, but not exactly the VIP finish that you'd want to RSVP to. Gets an 83, good finish. So averaging it out, The Girl with No Name clocks in at an 84, a respectable, good to great cigar. Here's the truth, the first half's a sugar and astringency slugfest, but stick with it because that final third is warm and creamy goodness that makes you forget the rough start. Not perfect, but it's got character. Please don't hate me for not loving this Deadwood cigar. So that's it, just a couple quick notes. Body, mild medium, nothing that's going to knock you out. Pairing, definitely bring water, or like I joked about in the video, spiced rum. You'll need it to feel, I don't know, you'll need it to cleanse your palate or just feel piratey, whatever you want. So that's it for the Girl with No Name, a cigar that starts like a sugar rush, gets a bit moody, then redeems itself at the buzzer. Have you tried it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious if you liked the creamy finish too. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this. Subscribe for more reviews. I'll catch you next week. Until then, stay smoky, my friends.